Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. The Echoes from the Vault progression event as well as some other stuff just went live. As always, you can find timestamps to jump to those parts that interest you the most. And as usual, we are starting with the progression event. And today, the only thing that really matters in my opinion is the spoof lock, which is the second out of the 3 clues that we would need for the upcoming Hamster sale if we wanted a small discount. As you can see here, the spoof lock is the second out of the 3 to get the 30%, and also one of the 2 clues that we would need if we wanted 15% off the upcoming Hamster sale. So if you wanted to actually purchase a hamster in a couple days when the sale goes live with a discount, then basically the rank number 8 here is what you cannot miss out on. The rest is kind of irrelevant, I would say. It's not so important as the spoof lock here. The rewards look really impressive in my opinion, but it's quite expensive to reach them in the first place. As you can see here down, you need 35 million points to get the seed key, which is the new main reward, but 35 million points here will cost you quite a lot of cryptocurrency to actually boost your multiplier in the first place. Then you would need probably hundreds of roller token, and you need to open like a lot of those lucky cases. So basically the seed key is way too expensive to reach in the first place, and all of the things that you see here on the way with like 5 million points, 4 million points, they are quite good, but I don't think they are actually worth the investment of your cryptocurrency to get the multiplier high enough to reach here. So what you should basically look out for is only rank number 8 here. Don't overthink the progression event too much. This is the only thing that has a lot of value because of the hamster sale, and the rest is a good extra if you can afford it. Otherwise, just ignore that this progression event exists basically. Another reason why I'm saying this is that the seed key, even if you get the seed key and you go like all in, spend all of your cryptocurrency and get to this point here by opening a lot of those lucky cases and probably losing all your roller token, now you have a seed key 2 times on level 1 and 1 on level 2. You could technically merge this to level 3, but the merge is ridiculously bad. In my opinion, this merge is way too overpriced on top of the actual currency you would need to actually reach the top tier reward in the progression event in the first place. Here you would need 1 time 33k of the white wires and 40 roller token in merging fee, and this one is completely insane expensive. This costs you alone 76 roller token plus the 40, so you're already at 120 almost roller token extra on top of the actual price that you spent to get the miner in the first place. And it gets more ridiculous if you wanted to make it a tier 3 version. So you are spending 120 roller token here, and this one flat costs you 100 roller token on top of that and 1.8k of the green wires here, and those ones cost you another 233 roller token. So basically this is another merge that in my opinion you can just forget about that it exists and never merge this miner. The one thing that I would expect everyone to do here is, if they go for the progression event, that they use one of the copies of the seed key basically for a burning event or whatever, but never gonna merge them. So you basically will have a miner lying around that is kind of dead money in that moment because you spent the money to get the miner that you most likely will never ever merge in your life here on RollerCoin. So basically this merge is what we don't wanna see. I always say a merge is good or bad, and this one is a real bad example of a merge. So my recommendation in case of a bad merge like this is basically, even if you go all in, to do your wallet a favor and don't merge this until it gets fixed because it's way too overpriced. Another thing ongoing is the Midas Vault sale as well as the Eggstra power sale, and here you can get the Midas Vault on tier 3 2 times with 4p in mining power and 2% bonus power, as well as the stuff that you need to make it a tier 4 version, and this one costs you around $16 worth of Ethereum, and the sale that you see down here is around $40, a little bit more than that, and you could get a miner with 18p and 5%, and in my opinion both of the sales have a reasonable price in certain circumstances, and we're gonna compare them now to each other to basically know which of the 2 sales you should go for if you have Ethereum inside of your account from the mining. So basically here in the rare Midas Vault, as I said, you get everything to make it a tier 4 version, and to make it a tier 4 version, the only thing on top of the estimated $16 you would need in Ethereum, you need like 3 roller token, and then you have a miner with 11p and 3.5%. So basically you are spending $16 and 3 roller token to get something that is half as good as what you spend down here in $40. So basically if you combine the roller token price of this one to merge it and the Ethereum price, you have half of the cost of what you have here to get half of the mining power basically. So in terms of the power in the first merge, I think both of the sales are relatively equal, except that of course in the extra power you need to spend a lot more cryptocurrency. Meanwhile here you are spending your roller token, and if you go with level 5 Midas Vault, then now you're spending 2 times the $16 estimated, it, as well as another 70 roller token in parts prices and merging fees to get a miner now with 29p and 5.5%, and that would mean at that point it is better than the Eggstra power basically. But if you purchase the Eggstra power 2 times, then obviously you have a merge in that one as well. You spend here $80 worth of your Ethereum and a little bit of roller token in parts talking. It is not that expensive. Also, it costs only 6 roller token in merging price, so the first merge is really good. At that point, this miner will be better again with almost 50p and 11% bonus power. Again, comparing it to 29p and 5.5% bonus power, basically this is half of the mining power and stats that you get compared to the Eggstra power. So here again you're spending $32 but a lot more roller token in this case, and here you spend $80 worth of your Ethereum and a lot less of the roller token. So in my opinion, both of the miners are very similar in terms of the value to cost that they have basically. So either of the sales, depending on how high you are upgrading them, basically always will come at the same price, which is kind of crazy to see. The only difference here is the higher you go, the more Ethereum you will need in the Eggstra power to get like a lot more mining power out of it. And meanwhile, the Midas vault is not as expensive talking in cryptocurrency, but it gets way too expensive in roller token, because if you wanted to go all the way to tier 6, let's say, then you have a miner with 80p and 9% bonus power, but it comes at a ridiculous price on top of your actual cryptocurrency in roller token. And in the other case of the Eggstra power, if you wanted something with 80p or more, then now you would need to take this one only to tier 3, meaning you need to purchase 4 of the packages in the front, which is then $160. But at that point you have a miner with way less roller token for a lot more cryptocurrency though, which has 40p in base tower talking more and a lot more bonus percentages. So as I said again, both sales have pros and cons, and both of them are kind of equal in terms of the pricing. So basically either of the sales could work depending on your goals. If you have a lot more roller token than you have Ethereum from mining, for example, then in this case the Midas vault will win basically. And if you have a lot more Ethereum than you have roller token from the mining, then in that case the Eggstra power is the better sale to go for. Another thing ongoing is the crafting offer, and here this time we can get the Serenity with 500k in mining power and 1% bonus power. It can be sold in the marketplace. We can also craft the Shifter with 5p and 1.2% bonus power, can also be sold. This one is already a tier 6 upgraded miner, that's pretty crazy. And then also we can get the Guest Card miner with 7.4p in mining power and 5% bonus power. The first thing that I notice here is that we are needing either batteries or these blueprints or both of them, and knowing that the battery prices must still be at around 13 cents in roller token talking or something like that, the prices here are kind of overkill. And also we didn't have any way of acquiring blueprints in a long time, so basically the blueprints are way too overpriced as well. So seeing a combination of the both resources, batteries and blueprints is a very bad sign, guys. I really hope that we are getting blueprints at some point again from any kind of event, so that we can basically stockpile them again and maybe sell them in the future. These things as well as the batteries by now are so expensive that either of the 3 crafting offers is basically really bad and you can just ignore them. Don't craft any of these miners. In this case it would be better to resell your things for the roller token and you could just straight up buy better stuff from the marketplace at a lower price. Another thing ongoing is the vault race, and this one gives you points only for buying roller token. So basically only the people that are going to participate in the progression event and get like a lot of multiplier up will participate in this one at the same time. I do not recommend you participating in the race if you don't actually intend to get anywhere higher in the progression event, so that basically you are not wasting your cryptocurrency by trying to participate here inside of this race tournament, because a lot of really big accounts will just outperform you by simply progressing in the progression event, so you will not really stand a chance here. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have any more questions, leave them down in the comments below and I see you in the next one. Bye!